Alright, you slags. It's everyone but fucking us.
I'm Waymer.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Steve.
And it's about that time.
Everyone but us. Straight from the heart of London. Fresh for 2024.
We are back. 2 long years since we put out an episode. This is officially episode 32.
2. Yeah, you're right.
No clue, man.
32.
Episode 32. So as I was saying, everybody, welcome back. We are the Everyone But Us podcast. My name's Lewis, and to my left I have
Waymer.
and to my right I have
Stephen.
Little clap.
We've also got a special guest with us tonight. Well, not tonight, today. She probably isn't going to say much, but you might hear her here and there if she decides to pipe up. And that is little Nina from Australia. Hello, Nina. Yeah, hello, Nina. Say something. Don't embarrass me, Nina.
Just give me a dirty look.
No. Just keep farting next to me. That's fine.
I think you should show the audience who Nina is.
Nina is my dog, and Rachel's dog, but our dog. And Nina was originally from Australia. She was a rescue dog. She's half Maltese and half King Charles Spaniel. She's a lovely dog.
G'day, Nina.
So, yeah, g'day. She actually knows Jason Donovan. She does. She met him once.
Tell us a story.
Nah, I'm only joking. She doesn't know Jason Donovan. That'd actually be pretty funny if she did. Like, but anyway, how's things been? Like, how have we been these past? I would say 2 years, because that's the last one. Our last episode we put out was January 2022.
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Not even joke, it was
episode 31.
January 2022 was the last time we put something out on this platform.
Yeah.
So, how have you been, Wemma? What have you been up to?
I'm going to say the normal response. I've been working, man. You know when you ask someone you haven't seen for ages, how you been? You always get, I've just been working.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, working.
I mean,
It's the old like when you go to work and you go, "You alright, mate? How you doing?" "Yeah, living the dream."
yeah, that is the one. No, I think when you go to work and you ask people how they're doing, they always go like, "Yeah, it's been alright. Weather's been a bit shit though as well." Like, I mean, it's just one of those things we always do. We just end up talking about the weather and that. Like, but besides work, Wemma, have you been doing any positive stuff? Has anything good been happening in your life recently?
Nah, I can't complain, man. I've just been not playing as much. I haven't been to as many shows as I would like to go, but
Playing with yourself a lot more.
Besides going to a couple of shows here and there, like obviously early part of last year and this year, recently the last show that I went to was last Friday. I went to see the 90s hip hop group Laws of the Underground and the Far Side. They call it the Far Side, because I think originally it just used to be Far Side.
Yeah.
But because one of the members isn't in the group, they can't just call themselves Far Side. So it's 3. So there was 4 members originally.
All right.
3 of them who are original are part of it. It was 2 previously, but 1 rejoined. I couldn't tell you the names. I just know that they're black people. One rejoined, and 1 is still not part of the group. So they are just the Far Side. I was there with Rye, Skell, Lynn, just saw Lynn, she was there as well, and Skell's mate, who they drove up from Boston. And I must say, this is just me being honest, I wasn't feeling the show at all.
Oh shit,
I
really?
wasn't, yeah.
What?
That's
Well,
a couple of things. This is going to sound so boomerish. I didn't like the venue, Shepherd's Bush Empire. I just wasn't feeling the venue at all. Like, and I could see why there's a lot of these sort of like incidents of things happening at these old Victorian like venues. They're just not built for certain sort of like shows and stuff.
but Shepherd's Bush Empire ain't that old. It's like Kentish Town.
Yeah, it's still old.
80s age, isn't it?
Nah, way more before 80s. It's almost
okay.
like, I want to say, if it's not Victorian, it's definitely the early 1900s, like, so, or early 20th century, I should say, like, so in the between the 1910s and 30s or whatever. It's an old building, like super old building. You can just tell when you walk in that this used to be a place where they used to have like old events back in the day before they obviously turned it into like a modern music venue. But yeah, to cut a long story short, wasn't really feeling it. The crowd that were there that day were just super fucking annoying. The bar was fucking horrible. The drinks were too expensive, but drinks are expensive everywhere. Positives, Lords of the Underground were really good. They were good. Thought they were going to play some other tunes, but they played what they needed to play, and it was okay. I mean, I think they've done 3 shows. They played Bristol, they played London, and then I think their last show was going to be in Manchester. So yeah, they only had 3 shows. And the Far Side, to be fair, they were really good, but I think by then I just wanted to fucking go home, so I just left.
Could it be that you're boomer?
it could well be that I am in fact a member of the Junior Boomer Alliance, mate. But
welcome.
Yeah,
Junior Boomer Alliance. I like it.
Welcome, my friend.
I don't know because I think Shepherd's Bush Empires. I went there a few months back to see Cavalera Conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
Right, they're playing all the old Sepultura stuff, like the really early stuff, and I thought the venue was way too full up. There's too many people there, and it just weren't comfortable. And also, I thought the crowd were fucking dickheads. Most of them were fucking dickheads, and it really annoyed me. Like,
it just sounds exactly like my experience.
Yeah.
I mean, my main thing was that when I was at the hip hop show was just like the amount of people who were like literally having full blown conversations with each other whilst the fucking groups were playing.
Annoying.
And I'm standing there and I'm like going like, you've paid 40 notes to be here, yeah. And you're just literally standing there having a conversation with like the person next to you, and like it's not like it's quiet because the music. And I mean, one thing I will say, the sound, the production is huge and it sounds incredible. But it's like, how can you be just there talking to your friend or your partner who you came to the show, and you're just like having a conversation? It's like you could have just done that at fucking home or gone to the pub. But I mean, they spend.
Do you know when I hate that in the cinema?
Mate, I've not been to
the amount of times I've seen it kick off in the cinema, man, when someone's having a full-blown conversation.
Yeah,
that's annoying.
There are places you just do not be doing it, and library and cinemas are definitely 2 places where you do not be having conversations. There's a reason why you're there. It's because you're there to read books or you're there to watch a film. Why are you having a conversation for?
I'm just going to say, as someone that's a bit older than used to, welcome to the Boomer community. We have a sofa, we have a coffee machine, we have a TV, you can watch Emmerdale, you can watch EastEnders, and just welcome.
Everyone but us. Fresh for 2024.
No, I was just going to say, I went to see Bob Marley like a while back.
Oh, the film?
No, in the theatre.
Oh, okay.
And you was told not to sing to the songs.
Oh, wow.
And the reason I'm bringing this up, because what you were just talking about, people talking in the background, and at first I was like, you know, you should be able to sing like along to the songs, but if you're standing next to someone that can't fucking sing,
it's not going to be nice to hear.
So I could understand it, because I was sitting next to someone that decided to sing and they couldn't sing for shit, and they fucking destroyed my experience of the. It was still like
were they told to be quiet, or
they just said, look, don't. I mean, no one came around and told you to stop singing. They just, at the beginning of the show, they just said, look, you've come to see the show, please respect the show and not sing, and allow other people to, like, you know.
It's just a little bit of respect for the people around you.
Yeah.
I find in the world, so many people are just so unaware that there's other people.
Oh, yeah.
Where they are.
Annoying.
Who, did anyone, so at the theatre, was M.R in it? Did he come on stage and do this?
M.R?
Do you know M.R? That white geezer who does the dancehall stuff. Turn red. Big Bumba
Oh, that YouTube sensation. No one's ever clue what you're talking about. But
they are going to know, mate. Someone's going to be driving or doing something. They're going to start laughing and be like, oh my God. You know who I'm talking about. Oh, that guy's funny, man. I love him. I saw a video the other day of him getting punched up by these 2 other white geezers. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, man. I don't know what it was about, but yeah, he got punched up and then he fell into the road, and then the video cuts out. But yeah, shout out to M.R.
You know what? Going back to the subject of getting older and the cinema as well, 2 things that we just talked about. I've been going to the Lux cinemas. So you know the ones where you got the fully reclinable seats.
Oh wow,
they're massive. there's a waiter service, so they bring you your popcorn and like they bring you hot food as well if you want. You get knife and fork.
Holy shit.
25 quid a ticket. But when you see something like Oppenheimer, I watched there and it was like it's over 3 hours.
I know what you're gonna say.
So nice. You don't get, because in a normal cinema, my arse starts hurting after the fucking adverts before the movie starts. I'm already like, I need to shift around in these chairs. 3 hours just sailed by. Beautiful.
I will fall asleep.
I was literally just about to say that.
I struggle, man.
I was literally
That's how much older you are than I am.
I put a film on, I have to watch it over 2 nights because I'm more or less going to fall asleep.
If I'm not sitting direct, well, Rachel would probably be testament to this. If I'm not sitting directly upright and the room is probably just a little bit chilly and cold, I will fall asleep, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like it depends. If there's something that I'm watching, it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely not falling asleep to this. Like, what did we watch the other week, Steve, when we came by? We watched that Def Leppard film.
I thought you were going to say the other one.
No, not the other one. Talking about films, and I did see the trailer today for Beetlejuice 2. Did you see that?
Do you know what? I saw a thumbnail, but I thought, I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Sometimes you see thumbnails and you think, oh, that's just
it's bullshit.
You just think, oh, that's just some fan-made shit. Like, because the amount of times I've seen so many, like, oh, there's another Friday film coming out, and it's just some fan-made art fucking flyer. It's not really happening. But I did see the official the official trailer for the new Beetlejuice film that's going out. So might go to the cinema and watch that.
I'm interested.
I kind of want to see the Ghostbusters one as well, because that last one, I don't know if this is controversial, but I quite enjoyed it.
No, I liked it.
The last one that they did.
The new one, I think it's called Frozen.
Frozen something,
that's been getting bad reviews.
Has it?
Yeah, people have been slagging, because it's not the same. It's half the same cast as the last.
It's
movie.
Bill Murray and all them in it as well. And Ernie Hudson, they are in it. Like,
I think he's in it. I think the old lot are in it. Apart from the dead one.
Egon, the actor played Egon. Yeah, he passed away. Yeah.
He was in the last one though, when he was.
But they bought him as a ghost.
He was a digital. Yeah.
Did they hologram him?
Yeah, they hologrammed him. They two-packed him.
They two-packed him.
I think they kept him inside one of the little boxes.
Just the proton pack.
Him and Slimer just
the proton
chilling
pack.
out.
The proton pack is the actual gun. It's that thing that they slide out, and then.
Yeah.
But the only one who's not in it is Rick Moranis. He doesn't do films in that anymore, does he?
He quit being a Hollywood star to take care of his family in the 90s
when he was huge.
When he was at his peak, and he was just like, Joe, what? I've got kids now. I'm going to stop all this shit. I'm just going to go and take care of them.
And he's obviously made.
Are you talking about the short guy?
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Little shop
of horrors. He was just gone. Out of movies in the 90s, he just went.
Yeah,
he's never come back.
Yeah, he disappeared.
Surprised he ain't come back now, because his kids must be fully grown by now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, when you're not been involved in a certain thing for so long, and then you come back, it's like old hardcore bands who don't do it for so many years, and then they come back. It either works or it doesn't work. So I don't know. True. If he does come back, I'm sure there'll be some director or some production company who'll be like, "Oh, Rick Moranis is available." They'll be like, "Yeah, we need to get him in our film. That'd be great." Or if they did like a Little Shop of Horrors reboot or something, and they had him in. They had him. I've never seen it before.
You never seen Little Shop of Horrors?
Never seen it before. There's so many films I've.
Let's check it out.
Do you know what? I've always had a massive aversion to musicals, though. I can't stand.
Is it a musical?
It's a musical, but it's.
I can't do it. The only one I could ever watch was the South Park one.
Yeah, that was.
And that was like
Team America.
Yeah, Team America. That's I suppose.
I didn't know Little Shop of Horrors is a musical, so yeah, I'll
no, but it's funny. It's very funny, and
yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic. It's a proper. It's up there, one of the classic 80s films.
Me Seymour.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm alright, because I mean, like, I thought I'd ask myself, because no one fucking.
Sorry, Steve, how you doing, mate? Oh yeah, you went to a concert recently, didn't you?
I'm good. Yeah, during the week on Thursday night, I went to see Judas Priest, supported by Saxon. It was proper geriatrics everywhere. Yeah. Like, I felt young in that audience. It was fucking great.
Damn.
It's like, yes.
Hell yeah, brother.
There was probably some blue rinse in there. Like, it was some of them were that.
Was there geezers in battle jackets and that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course there was. Yeah. Yeah. But it was a fucking great gig, man. Rob Halford is 70-something years old, and they're still getting on stage and doing an hour and a half, 2 hours of music.
That's crazy.
Energetic.
Did he come out on the bike?
Yeah.
Sick. I see some wild picture of him on. He put some wild pictures up on Instagram.
Yeah.
One with some leggings and his
loud
balls
and-
were just
he's
in some kind of sexual thing.
He's loud and proud, mate.
Like, if you listen to his autobiography, it's really good. He grew up concealing it for so long, and then he's got to a stage in his life where obviously it's much more like normal in society now.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was like, when he was growing up, it was like a real taboo,
innit? Like, yeah, taboo.
And now he just don't give a shit, and all the people that kind of like comment, why are you being so gay, Rob? And it's like, because I am fucking gay. Like,
and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's great. Like, he does things that he's just doing it to wind some people up as well. And he's just having a bit of a laugh with it.
So you get them comments like, since when did Judas Priest go woke?
Yeah.
Dumb, like, shut the fuck up, man.
Mate, woke is the word in the world that I fucking hate the
It's
most
horrible,
these
innit?
days, man.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It is literally like the calling card now of it. What's woke has now replaced? It's political correctness gone mad. That's literally what it is.
Definitely.
That's basically what it is now. Like,
Which in turn replaced the loony left.
Yeah.
So talking about that, you've got the whole debate with the England flag, which has been modified on the shirts that Nike brought out recently. So if you're listening to this, that whole thing has just happened like 2 days ago.
Oh God.
From the time of recording, and Twitter has been in right-wing meltdown. It's gone nuts. Joey Barton has just not stopped. He's like just tweeting all this, like he thinks it's a bisexual flag.
Yeah, he's
in bisexual colours. I didn't even. Is there such a thing as a bisexual? I don't think there is there?
Well, I think there's. I think on the rainbow and the rainbow flag, there are different flags that you can sort of like separate and have. Like, I know there's the classic rainbow flag. All right, Nina, we're not.
She's wearing a rainbow collar.
We're trying to be polite and have a nice conversation here, Nina. But anyway,
I think Nina might be a little bit.
You better not be.
You're a bit of a right.
Nina's right wing.
Look, she's very white.
Nina, are you right wing, Nina? You're not right wing, Nina. You're a good girl. Anyway,
homophobic.
I think.
Nina.
I think for a lot of people, they just want to bring everything back to they're trying to make everything gay.
Yeah,
that's basically it, mate.
Like, they think there's an agenda within the world to make everything like gay. Like, why would there be? It's stupid.
I just think Nike have done a shirt, and it's like what all corporations do. They are trying to do something. I don't think they did it for any nefarious reasons. We're going to do this to just annoy everybody in England. Like, should you be modifying flags and changing them to different colours? Probably not. How many flags have we seen? How many flags do you see on like soldiers and police officers where they've got that inverted colour Union Jacks on their uniforms? Like, how many times have we seen, like in America, you've got the Blue Lives Matter thing with the flag, the American flag, which is black and white with the blue line through it. Like, why not, if nobody just touches anybody's flag, just leave a flag as it's supposed to be? Like, I've seen all sorts of things. I've seen flags that have like gone green for veganism and LGBTQ flags, because it's just dumb for whatever reason it is.
Yeah, Nina's happy.
Yeah, she's homophobic.
I just
fuck that dog, man.
Nina, stop barking.
Nina.
Naughty girl. No,
all right, Nina, we'll stop talking about gays, all right? Sorry.
So yeah, Joey Barton is just like, he's grifting at the moment. I don't know if he's skin. I don't know if he's going through some shit indoors with his family life. But I just think he just feels like he needs to inject himself into every sort of like corner of like the culture war.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know what it is, but I think we might have said,
offended about everything.
Mate, every sort of like dumb shit that just comes from America, like, just happens here now more often than not now. And that's not me being disrespectful to American people, like, but all that culture war shit just always came from over there. Now it's over here more and more. So like every day there is something that people are being offended by. And for the past 2 days, it's been, they modified the England flag on the back of the shirt. Did you know that there wasn't an England flag on the shirt until the year 2000?
I never knew that.
No, I couldn't believe
There never was. The England...
Oh yeah, it was the 3 lions, wasn't it?
It was the 3 lions. Like, even it's always been the 3 lions, but there's never been the actual England flag on a shirt until 2000.
Oh, wow.
So before that, it was just...
And I'll tell you
3
what,
lions.
No one's ever noticed it before.
Yeah.
It's been sitting tiny on the collar. No one's ever noticed it.
On a sleeve, on like within a shirt or something. It's just been there, like, and it's just like, oh, okay, it's the New England shirt. How much is it? How much it is? Yeah, the biggest controversy of this whole thing is the price of the shirt. It's
that is a fucking.
It's £125 for the authentic one that the players wear.
No.
I think it's 109 for kids, or 109. I can't remember the exact price. And then if you want the replica, which is obviously the cheap version, I think that's like £85 or something, and £65 for kids. Now that is the real controversy there, like that you're charging that much for like a shirt that you're only going to have for like a season. Or maybe two seasons. So it's out for the Euros. They'll have a new shirt out for the World Cup when it happens next time in 2 years' time. So
people accept it more and more. Though it's really strange to me. Like
what price rises of stuff?
£45 for the cheapest seat at the FA Cup final is a fucking rip-off. You're paying for something far away from the pitch. When you got the booking fees, it's 50 odd quid. It's a joke.
I agree with you, but I maybe we are out of touch, because I had this conversation with you guys previously. I wanted to buy tickets to go and see Usher, and the cheapest ticket was £350.
No, I don't think you're being out of touch, because that's
exploitation
of
ridiculous,
mate.
Yeah,
that's
I was like, I won't be going to see. But like, if you're going to see a regular act, back in the day it was 25 quid, 30 quid. Now you're looking at 65 quid.
Yeah,
I'm going to see Boys to Men. That's I think that was £75 each, which to me is a lot.
It's a lot, but it's Boys to Men, and I think I
used to pay that to go and watch Donovan, but then again, I'm going back to the 90s.
Yeah, you have to adjust. You have to adjust things for
the posters I've got on the wall there. 27 quid.
Yeah, but you have to adjust. You have to adjust.
I know that's a long time.
You have to adjust things for inflation and shit like that.
But even adjusted for inflation, we're paying well more than that.
I was literally about to say
more than
not to sound like some fucking nerd, but like But
I think there's just a line where it goes from overheads, etc. cost this much, and skimming off a lot of money out of that. And I think we get to the point, an FA Cup final at Wembley, there's 90,000 fans there, and the cheapest seat is 45 quid. Even in 2024, I think that's a fucking joke.
How much do you think a ticket should be?
I would pay £30.
I'll be honest, I think you'd be lucky to find a ticket for £30.
No, you'd never find a ticket for £30.
You'd be lucky.
Listen, I've just been to Germany. I watched one of the biggest clubs in the world, Borussia Dortmund. It was 35 quid for my ticket. 35 euros, sorry. So about 30 quid. Yeah.
It's exploitative, I think.
It is, yeah. And exactly what you said, supply and demand. Yes, we do. Of course, we do that in this country. But essentially, you're just saying, oh, right, well, you'll pay whatever because you love the club. So you'll just play whatever. So we'll just take the piss out of you and make loads of extra money out of you. It's fucking, I think it's a liberty.
Being an Arsenal fan, we went for them 10 Barron years where we was fucking dog shit.
Yeah, but you won stuff in between it. You won FA Cups. Might not be the league, but you won stuff in between.
Yeah, we won a few FA Cups. But the point I was trying to make is, I watched a lot of fan channels, and there was a lot of people that had season tickets that were like, I want to get rid of my season ticket, but there's 1,000 people waiting to buy it.
Of course, mate.
Yeah. So when a club knows that, they've got you by the balls. The only two clubs that have fans that have managed to like have a bit more control over the pricing of the tickets is Liverpool and Newcastle.
Yeah,
them fans, they stick together. If something happens to that Liverpool club that the fans are not happy about, they mobilise.
Yeah, they
exactly
do.
That.
Other fan bases don't mobilise like Liverpool or Newcastle. I don't think
that's what they've got right out in Germany as well, because their clubs are like, I think 50%.
It's a 50 plus one rule, innit? They're not going to be having that full ownership control like how they do over here.
And also shout out to the team that I went to see on Saturday last weekend, Wuppertaler. They're, I think, third tier out in Germany, and the ticket was €9.
Wow.
€9. Third tier out here, you're paying 25 quid at least.
Yeah. But I do reckon it depends where you're going, because I would like to go to watch Fleetwood Town one day. I'm not sure how much a ticket is there, but I reckon it'll probably be like 20, 25
mate, I got Boreham Wood, and that's 19, 20 quid.
Wow.
And that's the conference, 50.
Everyone but us. Straight from the heart of London.
You got your driving test coming up soon.
Yes, I have. I have, mate. Yes.
We got to talk about it.
I noticed you made a little driving analogy earlier on when we were talking about something. I was like, he's thinking about driving.
Yeah, no, mate. I listen since moving to Luton. Sorry, Steve. Yeah. since moving to Luton, coming up to 2 years this August, I've always wanted to drive, but living in London, you kind of like didn't really need to, and with the job that I was doing, I didn't need to drive anyway, so I always put it on the back burner. Like I had lessons at the various points, various times, but just never stuck to it. But I think last year, me and Rach and Nina was going to Hitchin to go and check out the town and that, to see what it was like, because we hadn't been there yet. And we waited for the bus. A bus never turned up, so we walked, and then a bus eventually did turn up. We get to Hitchin, but our day's pretty much ruined because the bus we wanted to get in to go there has like messed us up by like 45 minutes or whatever, because we're gonna have a barbecue that evening. But long story short, on the way home, we waited for the bus never turns up again. So you're like, I'm living in a town where we're in England, where buses are just not turning up. Like I've been to like, we've been to Lanzarote, and I'm looking at outside on the strip when we went out for like drinks and stuff, Steve. Like when we went there last year, and there's buses turning up. I'm not sitting there like a nerd, but there's buses just turning up on time, turning up. So how can Lanzarote have their buses turn up when it's a small island, and we're here in 21st century Britain, and buses just not turning up?
You sound like Joey Barton.
It's because of the women driving the buses, isn't it? That's why they're not turning up.
I've got a theory on it. I think probably a lot of the bus drivers see that their route goes through Luton, and they just think, fuck that. Not bothering.
They just just drive off the side of the A road.
Yeah.
But anyway, I then decided, okay, now is the time to start driving. So I started taking lessons in, I want to say October. I recently passed my theory test on the 3rd attempt, which was like jarring, like so annoying.
Wait, can I just say, when I've done my driving, I passed in, late 90s?
98, 97?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but you're so old. Like your driving test was just like cover one eye. Can you still read the number plate?
I thought that
I had to do.
Did they not do that back in the day when you cover your eye and then you got to read? Or was that American?
No, you do. We've done that.
Yeah.
You do that now, didn't you?
No.
And you ain't got to be able to read the plate from 10 meters.
Yeah,
or whatever.
maybe what on the driving test what they teach you to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe the driving test they'll teach you that. Okay, maybe the driving test. Maybe the driving test. Yeah, not the theory.
But I had a bit of paper and I had 20 questions and I had to just tick them, tick boxes.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what it is like. What you got to do now for your theory?
Mate, that was 1954. All you got to do is drive around a few cones. That's it.
Oh, mate.
Playing Cliff Richard tunes. so basically now you go into the test centre, wherever they're located around the place. There's not a lot of them, which is pretty shit. But you go into the test centre, you put all your phone and shit away in the lockers, and they send you into the room. They get you to lift up your waistband, open up your pockets to see if you don't have anything on you, check behind your ears. Like they're proper, like it's like Fort Knox, and all you're doing is just doing this theory test.
To see if you've got like any notes.
See if you've got just basically to see if you've got any notes yet.
Or like
if you've got any like listening device, the way someone could be trying to help you from outside, like almost like the coffin thing in like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Like
it can happen, right? Because my mum has got these hearing aids that connect to her phone, so she can adjust the volume on her phone. I know you can't see it. You cannot, unless you're really looking for it, you can't see it.
You can't see it.
Oh, I would have. Yeah. Oh, shit.
So you get 50 questions. You have to get 43 for a pass mark. Anything below 43, then you failed. And as well as the 50 questions, you also get hazard perception questions as well, which is basically you watch a video of emerging and hazards that are going to be happening as well. So you literally, it's like pointing at the screen. You got a click to see when the hazard's about to happen, and you get 1 to 5 points. So if you see the hazard straight away and you can see it's going to happen, you would get 5 points. But if your reaction's really slow, you get 1 point.
I want to play. It's not a PlayStation game, man.
And if you're just clicking when there's no hazards, then they would pull you up. Because I had that as well.
If you just
how would you know, Steve? You would have passed your driving test.
2007 I passed mine.
Oh, you passed late, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you did it at the same time? Hazard perception as well back then?
Yeah.
Can I just say, you younger people, man, well, not so much Steve, but Lou, right? When I was young, everyone wanted to drive. The second you were 17, bang, I'm doing my drive. Yeah. This generation, no one wants to drive. I find it crazy.
It's so expensive for a kid now. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
I pay £7.
It's fucking expensive for me, man. But Jesus Christ,
I pay £30 an hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. But it's inflation. I mean, that.
Everything's gone up. But to be fair, my driving instructor did sort me out a deal.
You suck his cock.
If you sit on my lap, them last 2 lessons will be free.
I literally stopped talking in my tracks. Like,
Is that why your driving teacher's always smiling when we see him?
you never see my driving his truck. So like, he's cool though. He's a cool geezer.
I bet he is.
He actually supports Man United, so he's not my type. But anyway, so yeah, £30 an hour is just gone through the roof. But obviously, I was paying weekly for my driving lessons because I've got like a bulk amount. But now that I passed my theory test, so this is the other thing. Normally, back in the day, when you pass your theory and you've had a few more lessons, you go, oh, now it's time to book your driving test. So you're like, okay, when should we do it? Oh, let's do it in a month's time. Boom, you book in, you doing it. I passed my theory in late January, I want to say, or early Feb. My driving test is in July.
Wow.
Damn.
If I don't pass my test, I don't know how long it's going to be until I have another chance to do my test. And the theory only lasts for 2 years.
Holy moly.
So if I haven't passed my driving test within 2 years, I have to do the theory test again.
Are you confident? Are you good at have you still got to do a 3-point turn, reverse around a corner?
You don't have to do 3-point turn anymore. They've taken it out of the driving test.
Really? So
Yeah,
what is it?
That explains a lot, actually, because
Yeah,
some
don't have to
people
do it
I've
anymore.
watched, I've seen some people try doing 3-point turns recently. I'm like, Jesus,
Yeah.
what the fuck
I love
are
watching
you
them
doing?
YouTube videos, watching someone trying to park a car for about half an hour.
Mate, I can't lie. I mean, I've done parking into a bay in like a B&Q car park and shit like that, and parking in like parallel parking on the side road and shit. And it isn't easy. Like one thing I've noticed that someone who wasn't a driver, I used to be like, oh yeah, I could reverse into that. That's easy. When you're actually doing it, like it's not easy.
When someone's watching you, you overthink it. It's just going to be weird getting in a car with you driving.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
That shit's going to be strange, man. That's
it will be. It's long overdue because I've been getting loads of lifts from that. So it'll be nice for my U-mans to just be able to be like, all right, he's driving now, so I can get smashed up.
I finally get to be the drunk one in the back.
No, good luck with it, man.
I hope so. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I've actually got a car as well.
What?
I've got a car, mate. Our mate Chris Thackerby sorted me out a car, so thank you, Chris. He got a new car. Nice. He sorted me out. I just got to get the clutch fixed and that. But he was just gonna go scrap.
I got my new clutch, a new engine, clutch, four wheels, some windows. Door handle's broken, but don't worry.
It's alright, mate. It's like a Flintstones car, isn't it? Like on a start, I've got to start my feet.
What you don't know is he found it in a field.
It's stolen. Can get pulled over by the police.
You know, that's one thing you very rarely find these days is like stolen, burnt out cars or motorbikes. It just doesn't really happen anymore.
Yeah,
it used to happen a lot all the time, but now it just doesn't happen.
I mean, when I first passed, no one used to get car insurance. No one, man. You used to
Seriously?
because of it. Like now, you can't because of scanners.
Yeah,
But
ANPR,
when everyone was young, no one had driving like as insurance.
Yeah.
You wouldn't drive far, but you'd do like 5-10 minute drives here or there.
I remember when I remember when that ANPR camera shit started coming about, because you get all those TV shows like Road Wars and stuff, and the police things where they'll just be stopping people like because now all the police cars have now been fitted with ANPR cameras to make sure that people have got tax motor insurance and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, you can't do nothing.
Yeah, now you can't do nothing. Like even if you go down the road like 5 minutes down the road, you will get picked up. You get scanned like boom, boom, boom. They're in like. So yeah, driving. I hope to pass very soon. So
yeah, good luck with that, man.
Be on the lookout for me. Hopefully, I don't get pulled over by old Bill, because they won't find no drugs in my car. Because I would have taken them all.
Everyone but us. London was too expensive, so we moved out.
But yeah, I was gonna actually talk about another sort of like pop culture thing that the whole world actually knows about at the minute. But now there's been a little update in some news. The whole Kate Middleton saga.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where was she? Was she in hiding? Picturegate. Was she really sick? Is she dead? People were coming out with some outlandish shit like, has she got a body double? almost moving like it's a
Fucking
mad
Saddam Hussein.
yeah, or Kim Jong-un and all those man.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
When he was ill, they said that
Oh yeah,
he had body doubles and all this because there were some clips of him on the yacht, and then people are saying that's not him. He's been cloned. And
who's the other one who said they've been cloned? They say Avril Lavigne got cloned as well. Innit? Like,
yeah.
I've never heard that one.
And there's one about Paul McCartney as well, isn't there?
Oh really?
There's one that says Paul McCartney got cloned in about 1969 or something like that. Conspiracy
theories are fucking wild, innit? Like they're just so mad. Like, I mean, some conspiracy theories come true. Like that's true. Like
the flat Earth one kills me. Like so many people are into that as well. But the most recent one that I've seen is Planet X. So these people, right? There's like, I'm just gonna stop talking because there's a siren going off.
You're here for you, Nina. Okay,
they're here for you for your homophobic views.
My dog is not homophobic, just to clarify.
Let's test it. Nina, I like gay people.
See, she's not homophobic.
She's staring at me. She's trying to attack. She's trying to attack me. She's trying to attack me.
By the way, Planet X, what is it?
So these people are looking at accessible webcams, and they are mistaking lens flare. You know when you get the little circle of light on the camera where the sun is shining at an angle.
Yeah.
They think that is overwhelming evidence for the existence of a planet close to Earth, which NASA are covering up. There's a group on there called Planet X for Real, and these people genuinely believe that lens flare is another planet. And if it was, right, this planet is massive and it's close enough that it's way bigger than the sun or the moon in the sky, in which case the gravity pull of it would kill the Earth basically immediately. I mean, like, you know, obviously with a lot of these things, it's just like, where do you start? Like chemtrails, right? Have you ever thought about chemtrails? So you would need like massive canisters of chemicals which would then fit onto the wings presumably of airplanes, and you'd need all of the people that worked at the airport, all of the pilots, anybody that could see it, all of them to keep it quiet as it was being fitted on or refueled or whatever.
You'd be able to see it when you're looking at the when you're looking out the window on the on the tarmac. You would though, wouldn't you?
Of course you would.
People are always looking at the windows, looking at the planes and that, like.
Yeah, you'd need all of that. So you'd need hundreds of thousands of people to keep that quiet, and like nobody to have said a word about it for it to be just a theory that some people are convinced of.
I just think I do genuinely believe that a lot of people with conspiracy theories, some of it is harmless, some of it is very dangerous, but like, I just think because there's a lot of things in this world, especially when it's related to the government and things that happen in real life that never get done, people hold on to things like this because it sort of like reaffirms a belief that everyone is lying to us. So that's why it's easy for them to believe in something which on the face of it seems like it's a load of bollocks, but for them it just confirms that everything is a lie. If you know what I mean, like the kind of like butchered that explanation.
What do you think about
it's almost like they want to believe like the X-Files stuff rather than like I totally agree, question authority at every available opportunity, because there's always someone in power that wants to make like a bandit, and it is happening, it does happen, but there's so many things that are really genuinely happening that we could be like getting upset about and getting angry about and writing about, not fucking a pretend planet that don't exist.
What about the one about white people can't jump? Do you think that's needs debunking?
I think
I know for a fact I can't fucking jump.
I think Wesley Snipes already debunked that back in the 90s with Woody Harrelson. So, actually, going on to that, we were going to, but I don't think we need to talk about Kate Middleton because now she's got cancer, so that's where we obviously know where she's been hiding. She's obviously been doing her thing. So, I don't want anyone to get cancer. So, whatever. But we were just talking about the 90s and white men can't jump. No offence to the censors, just in case you try to cancel this show.
It's a film, everyone.
It's a film, yes. What was your favourite film of the 90s, Wemmer?
Well, I mean, bro, a question like that is so. Like, I've got so many films.
Of course, but what one sticks out? What one sticks in the mind for you? Like,
do you know what I fucking watched the other day that was really good? It was Michael J. Fox has got a documentary out. I think it's called Still or something.
Okay.
And he talks about what's he got?
Parkinson's.
Yeah, he's got Parkinson's disease. It talks about how it occurred and how it affected. How it talks about basically everything he's been going through.
Did he direct the film?
Yeah, but it's really, honestly, watch it. It's a documentary, but it's done in a really good way. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend anyone to watch it. But the reason I bring up his name is because, man, I used to love Michael J. Fox as a kid. Like Teen Wolf,
Back to the Future.
all the Back to the Futures. Yeah. I used to like things like Goonies, Stand By Me. Oh, mate, the list goes on and on. You've opened up a can of worms, man. I couldn't say I've got one.
No one ever talks about Teen Wolf anymore, man.
I fucking love Teen Wolf.
I used to love that movie when I was a little kid.
I wanted to be a fucking wolf, man. That's weird. I wanted to be a wolf, like. Imagine saying that now. I want to be a wolf. I wanted to be a wolf, man. He made that shit look cool. Like when he was on top of the truck and he was doing backflips, and then he was fucking dunking everywhere. So if any takeaways from this podcast is
that was the best revelation of all time. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a wolf. Not a wolf from Gladiators.
Or American.
I would just wanted to be a time traveller.
Yeah, we're from London.
Nah, I can't lie, mate. Yeah, it's very difficult to say what's your favourite film of the 90s, but my favourite film of the 90s, one of them is probably Terminator 2.
Oh yeah, all the Terminators.
If I had a list of 20 films, that would definitely be up there.
We put together a little list and we do this properly, I would say.
What I would say, I could put a question to the audience as well, like what was your favourite film of the 90s? And if you got any answers for that, whenever we put up our next post, or we can even ask a question there, we want to see what the listeners think, or what they like to say in terms of like what their favourite films of the 90s would be.
I mean, what I could ask you two now is, what is your favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger film?
It might be Commando, just because of how funny it is.
Do you know what I watched?
So fucking.
Do you know what I watched at Christmas time, and Rach had never seen it before, and she actually enjoyed it.
Go on.
Jingle All the Way.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've seen it, but
mate, it's not obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger's. We're not talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger as like this Oscar-worthy actor. Like it is a Christmas movie, which is just so silly and it's just so dumb. I don't know, man. There's just something about that film. Especially when it's at Christmas time, it was always like, oh, it's Christmas. Watch this Christmas. It's so stupid, but so fun at the same time, and it's just so 90s as well.
It's like that Chevy Chase kind of.
What National Lampoon?
Yeah,
it's like that.
A Christmas film. I can't remember what it's. But it's kind of the same vein as that.
Yeah,
that was just Christmas Vacation, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah,
just Christmas Vacation.
That's funny.
Was that when with the Griswolds? Is that their name?
Yeah,
yeah. When he's up on the thing and he puts the Christmas lights together when he's on the roof of that.
Sounds like Back to the Future.
Yeah. So
we need to revisit this, because like I'd like to maybe even get some more people in and discuss 90s films, man. Because
I don't know what it is. Whenever anyone asks me a question about anything, my mind goes blank. Like a general question like that on any subject whatsoever. Even if I know the subject really well, I'm like,
yeah, I know, your brain starts. You get that mental block.
Yeah.
But watch what another really good thing to watch is One Night in Paris. Really good.
What's that one?
Google it.
No, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Is.
No, it's a very good film. Watch it.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Shall I Google it on incognito?
I know exactly what it is, but I've never seen it. It's one of those adult movies.
Oh right.
Talking about that? Did you watch Pam and Tommy?
I've seen it. Yeah.
What did you reckon of it? Did you like it?
That was years ago.
No, I'm not talking about.
I thought you were talking about the sex tape. About the sex tape.
I'm talking about the fucking
TV
the Netflix
one.
The Netflix show.
It
was on Disney.
It was on the yacht.
It was on Disney.
I've never seen the sex tape.
Yeah, I see it. When you was young, them tapes were going around everywhere,
man. The sex tape is funny, man.
Yeah.
When he fucking uses his knob to press the boat's horn. That's just proper Tommy Lee.
Sounds like your driving instructor.
You dickhead. You absolute dickhead. But yeah, we started watching Pam and Tommy. It did get a little bit boring though. There was some bits of it that.
I can't watch it.
But there was. We don't like biopics and stuff like that.
Not goofy ones like that. It's got to be serious and a bit like that bloody. We've talked about this before, but Motley Crue.
The Dirt. I quite like that. I didn't read the book, but I quite liked it.
No, the book was good, but the film.
I thought the movie was very goofy though. But you know what you was talking about earlier, the Def Leppard one we watched.
Oh my god, that was so good.
I think it's got one of the same geezers in it, innit? As that one.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I thought it was as well. Like, I'm pretty sure it was.
Just quite a few years
later. That film was so bad.
Yeah.
The Def Leppard one was like set like it. Basically, it's a story of Def Leppard, and they're like, you like Def Leppard, Nina. You like Def Leppard. So it's set in like Sheffield, but it's blatantly in America, like.
Yeah.
It's the scene where he crashes his car. You know when the drummer loses his arm in the car crash, and it's just got a scene where they're driving through the desert, and he's got like a signpost for Sheffield.
That's amazing.
Everyone but us is there.
I wanted to ask you guys, when do you think a joke is no longer a joke? And the reason I asked this question is because I was scrolling through YouTube and there was a comedian called David Lucas, and he made a joke about George Floyd. He's a black dude, by the way. Yeah. And half the audience walked out. And then there's been a big debate within the comedic community as to when a joke is gone too far. And there seems to be this thing where comedians can kind of get away with saying a lot of stuff, because they say they're a comedian. Yeah. So I was just wondering, like with the Ricky Gervais
what's
thing,
the line? Like?
Is there a line?
I think what I've seen, like comedians amongst themselves will push each other to say the darkest shit possible, and like they don't have any boundaries between each other. So maybe this person, David Lucas, decided that he was going to go for it towards the crowd as well, and maybe the crowd didn't quite get what it was. I've heard a few comedians do jokes about 9/11. You could have never done that 15 years ago.
Well, it's funny you say nowadays. That, because when 9/11 happened, I'm not sure if it was someone in London, but the very next day someone did a 9/11 joke.
Oh shit.
I never knew that.
And people laughed. I couldn't tell you who the comedian was.
What, American?
In America, no, in UK.
Wow.
UK.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The very next day, someone did a 9/11 joke. The next day, like. But that could be done.
We are like that in this country.
That's the thing. When the Queen died, there was people doing jokes straight away. There's all sorts of things like that. Like, I remember when Michael Jackson died. I heard the neuse and I was like, oh no. And then my phone beeped like 5 seconds later with a Michael Jackson joke. People have it loaded, like, ready to go. Yeah. I just think like the line is like anything, unless it's incitement to violence or sort of like any sort of like hate against someone's sexual orientation, their religion. I mean, to be fair, for some reason, religion, people can say, well, you could say stuff about some religions, but you can't say things about other religions. Like, and that's not me trying to be like a two-sided thing, because it's true. Christianity, people make. I'm not religious. My family's Christian, but people say a lot of jokes about fucking Christianity and shit. Like, but when it flips on the other side, if you say anything about Islam or even Judaism, it might be a problem. See what I mean? Like,
I think it's where you come from, though, innit? Because I would joke more about Christianity because I went to a Christian first school. Like, my primary school was a Church of England school, so I know a little bit about it. And you do get Jewish comedians making Jewish jokes,
of course,
things like that. So contextually, you joke about what you know,
and you get the same with Muslim comedians doing jokes about like going to mosque and shit like that. Like, you would hear it.
If I was a comedian, like, I can't stand there and go, oh, you know when your imam says, like, because what the fuck do I know?
I fully get that. Like, but this is it. When are jokes allowed to be jokes? I recently saw Jeff Innocent. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of him before, but
I know Jeff.
There's clips of him on Instagram. He said he's been a comedian for like nearly 30 years.
Wow.
But he got big because of his clips on Facebook.
That's how it works now, man.
It's mad how you get. He got a second wind, like, and
Mo Gilligan did as well, didn't he? Really? He got well known because he had his couple of cans thing. Couple of cans, Julie, and all that. And out of that, Mo Gilligan's like doing Channel 4 shows and all sorts of shit. Like, so Jeff Innocent, man, I relate to that geezer so much. His whole bit about racists think I'm one of them. Because let's face it, I do look very fucking racist.
He did say that joke.
Mate, don't. Any taxi I've been in where the driver's white, it's instant like, what do you think then of all the, It's like, oh, fucking here we go.
That must be so awkward.
What's that?
Like, being a white person and then getting into a cab or being in a situation and then someone just like feel, you don't know the person, but they just feel that they need to just like let their real feelings come about and
it's like
racist
now
feelings.
it's just us.
I'd get that as a black person, believe it or not. But it'd be like about an Asian, or someone would be saying something about an Asian person, or they say something like, it's all these bloody foreigners. So in my head, they don't look at me as a foreigner, but I still associate myself as a foreigner, even though I'm born here, if that makes sense.
To me, it's just like GB News shit, because you got a lot of black hosts on GB News, and end of the day, I want everyone to be nice to each other, but I just do feel like there's a lot of people these days who are second, third generation immigrants, or people who've come to this country from another country, who are saying the maddest shit at the moment. Maddest shit.
What, comedians you mean?
Everyday life.
Oh, right, yeah.
Everyday life.
Mate.
It's like your parents used to get terrorized like just because they happen to be different, or they moved to an area where there was hardly anyone else like them. But now you're the one who's talking about, we need to have limits on immigration. Like, there's a conversation about certain things like that, like, but it's your parents went through this shit, and now you sort of like assimilated as such, or you're speaking what people want you to say. You can now turn around and be like, we need to do this, we need to do that. And it's just weird. I just find it, even as a black person, when I hear another black person talk like these types of ways, like with these tropes, it's very embarrassing. Like, I feel embarrassed. Like, let's bring it back to what the original topic was in terms of like comedy as such. It's like, I think everything can be taken a piss out of, but it's just how the context is of what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I do sometimes think, my whole thing is, if you know a comedian pushes a barrier or pushes a certain line, and you know that they do, unless you live in a box and you don't know who this person is, and then you go to their show and you get offended and walk out, I'm like, did you not know what this person's comedy was all about? Like, I know some people can go.
I kind of agree with that.
I know some people can go to a show blind and not know who the person that they're watching, who that person is, whether they're male or female. But 9 times out of 10, some people have an idea of who this comic is.
You ain't going to go and see Jimmy Carr and expect a wholesome family entertainment.
This is it, exactly. You know he's going to say some jokes which are going to be like well below the belt.
So are you guys basically saying there is no limits then? I'm just asking, because if I go and see a comedian, like, I've laughed at some pretty bad jokes. I ain't going to sit and say I haven't.
Jeff Innocent recently, like, when I was watching Jeff Innocent, sorry to cut you off there, I was watching it and I was like, Jeff Innocent would have been a great comic in the 70s, only because he has that delivery. Obviously, Jeff Innocent isn't a racist, because he did say that his wife is black, like, but just how he is as a person, he would have suited the 70s perfectly, like. But towards the 80s and 90s, maybe not so much because of how he looks. And I do think that comedy has got a little bit too sensitive and sterile. So now people are like actually actively looking for people who are going to say outrageous dumb shit. Jeff Innocent doesn't say outrageous dumb shit. He just says things which like people will just find funny.
Context, again, like, it's a conversation we've had loads of times. Context is everything. There's the old thing about, not punching down, always punching up. I think that counts for a lot as well. The George Floyd thing, without knowing what the content of the joke was, it's difficult to say, but it seems like a punching down joke.
I like jokes where it's about black, white, gay, straight, whatever, but it's done in a kind of very clever, witty way that's not coming from a hateful place.
100%.
If you're gonna do it, you got to get it right. It's got to land in the right. That's basically it, man.
Because if that's the thing, if I'm listening to a comedian and he makes a joke about any minority kind of group, it has to be done in a way where you understand that it's a silly joke and they don't mean it.
Jeff Innocent.
Yeah.
He can do that joke, and you wouldn't like. He said if he did, I can't remember his whole routine, but he done something like that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't offensive because it was funny the way they said it.
What, a black joke? Like
not like exactly a black joke, but like he said something about. He made a joke about something to do with Muslims as well, and there was people in the crowd who were Muslim who laughed openly, belly laughed like.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? There's a fine line of what you do and what you can say.
Context again, isn't it? You know, if you know the comedian, the artist themselves is very like anti-hate and, you know, is welcoming to all people at their shows and all that kind of stuff, and doesn't spend like a full 45 minutes of their set just fucking ripping someone, ripping a certain group and being really nasty.
I think you should do that as well. I always thought he was a good comedian, but every time I see him saw his stand-up live, Frankie Boyle, he'd always spend a bit of time ripping people at the front, and I'm like, bro, just get to your set, man. Like, do your jokes, like, that's like low hanging fruit to rip someone at the front, like. But there was this. So I can't remember the guy's name, but again, the Jeff Innocent show that I saw recently in Luton, like Jeff Innocent come out with like, oh yeah, so before my anytime I go to a new town, I do my set, I walk around the town and see what it's got to offer for itself and what it looks like, and he's like, bloody hell, Luton is shit, isn't it?
You went wrong.
Everyone fucking in the room laughed, mate. Everyone laughed.
It more and more.
Yeah, everyone laughed. But and there was a one before that, another comedian, I forgot his name, but he was funny as well, like, because he's got a bit of a complexion, like you'd think he's from Middle East, and he goes, oh, I get this thing where people say, oh, where you from? And they look at me and they go, is he Turkish? Is he Jewish? Is he this? Is he that? Like, but he made it the way how he did it was like really, really, really good, man. So again, delivery, how someone tells their story, or how they put their set together. It just, you know what I mean? That's why I get more and more disappointed with Dave Chappelle, because now I don't feel like he's acting like a comedian. He's more like a social justice warrior. And like he's going out of his way to be a dickhead rather than be a comedian.
I agree with that.
And he brought Elon Musk on stage at a show once, and it's like you're the dudes who escaped from Comedy Central because you thought they were like taking you for granted and using your shit, and you didn't want to be that guy anymore. And then 20 years later, or whenever it is, like, you're now getting Elon Musk up on the stage and shit. It's like I love Dave Chappelle, and I think he's one of the greatest comics of all time. But I think he's fallen off. My opinion. I agree 100%. My opinion. I think he's fallen off.
Would you go to if Bernard Manning was still alive? Would you go to a Bernard Manning concert?
Probably not. No, probably not. Well, when we went to Lanzarote, we went to this bar. And at the same time, Roy Chubby Brown was out there. Remember that?
Yes,
Oh, you should have gone there.
Roy Chubby Brown was out there. But we went to this bar afterwards. Like, I mean, after their show must have happened, all the people who were at their show must have come to this bar afterwards. Like, and it was like loads of these proper boomer geezers hanging around. Like, and one of them had like a lanyard saying Roy Chubby Brown security. And I was like, security for Roy Chubby Brown in Lanzarote. No one ain't coming to protest fucking Roy Chubby Brown in Lanzarote. You know what I mean? Of all places. I just found it really funny. But yeah, I'm not gonna go try. He has a residency at in Blackpool still.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, man.
I bet
he probably does really well in Blackpool. Like, I mean, there's comedy for everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's comedy for everyone. And like he as well, he's a comedian, so he knows he can't be saying certain things because he can end up getting done for it, like because there's this thing, we have laws now saying that you can't be saying certain things about certain groups of people now. I don't know what Roy Chubby Brown's material is now. It probably still is probably like very xenophobic and like a lot of jokes about fucking women and gay people and
black people
and also other religions. I can imagine it being like that. Even Katie Hopkins has got a residency in Blackpool. She did have as well.
Fucking
mental, innit? Yeah,
just talking about shit.
Yeah, mate. But yeah,
I just wanted your opinion on it, man. So basically, the takeaway from that is that it's fine. But if it's tasteful,
listen, I don't know. I speak for myself, mate. I love like bad taste comedy.
So do I.
I love it. I love bad.
But if it's coming from a hateful place, then
there's a line. There is a line.
It's where it comes from. Exactly.
Exactly.
Because I think if it comes from a place where there's malice, then it's not funny anymore. It's just a statement.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
And
Exactly
I think
that.
everyone should be open to having the piss took out of them, especially you, Bomo. No, but do you know what I mean? Everyone should have a sense of humour about themselves. You know, if it comes from a hateful place, then it's not funny. It's clearly not funny. It's just someone saying something shitty in the guise of humour.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone wants to talk shit on blue-haired people getting offended by everything, like. But then you say a joke about like the flag or a country's military, and then you see people turn into blue-haired social justice warriors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the first people to talk about freedom of speech will cry when you start talking about the military. We did go to see the other dude, Nabil.
Yeah, I thought that was good. I thought you.
I think you missed it. You probably saw it.
Oh no, sorry.
We was late. We was at my local having a drink. We was about maybe 5-10 minutes late, and we walked in as he was telling the joke. And do you know what he did?
He pointed you out.
He went, "Oh, my brother." He goes, "My brother. Don't let the stereotypes become true, man. You're late." And I was like, "Oh shit."
See, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's great.
I just quickly just got into my seat, and I was like, and then he carried on doing his joke, But there was a couple of things with his set which I did find a bit cringe when he was talking about his daughter, and he was like,
it went a bit serious.
He was kind of crying. I wasn't sure if it was real or it was. I don't want to say he was fake crying.
What was he saying?
I wondered whether he was setting himself up for a joke by pretend emotional, but then half the audience went, "Oh," like that. And
he just started talking about his daughter and being a better person for his daughter, knowing that the world that we live in these days is a little bit crazy, etc. But like he just wants to be the best and do the best for his daughter, blah 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 blah. But I was like Steve, I was waiting for a punchline, and it didn't come.
Yeah, that's
and it got a little bit like
it felt awkward.
I was like, am I comedy night or am I like? Cause it felt like I was like. It always turned into like a TED Talk seminar thing, like
yeah.
But again, he was good, but I thought Jeff Innocent was better.
Yeah. I
they weren't the same night. It was just two different nights.
Yeah,
2 different nights.
I think the worst thing about watching a comedian is when they bomb. It is so awkward.
I've never been to a show where a comedian's bombed, but
it's just you laugh, you do your canned laugh because you feel bad for them, but it's just like you're really bad. You are really terrible.
I have noticed there's one geezer, I can't remember his name. He's on. Some people who are listening might know. There's this thing called the Trigger Pod. I forgot what the guy's name is. It's him and this other dude called Constantine Kissing. They're like, oh, we hate the left because the left is just proper dorks. Like, oh, they want to cancel free speech. But yeah, there's this dude. He's such a shit comedian. But I've just noticed it. There's so many shit comedians who are like right wing that they don't make it as comedians. So they go into the whole. They go into the whole
YouTube
like,
channel and
YouTube
do the
channel
whole
thing. Like everything is woke, and it's like, mate, you bombed as a comedian, so now you're a
grifter.
Now you have to find another lane, like
the Joey Barton.
This is, and I just found it fun. Like someone sent me a joke the other day on Instagram, like of what he was talking about, and I was like, and I was like, the delivery was so bad, and I was like, this isn't funny. I don't care who you are as a comedian, even if you tell a bad joke, if you get the delivery down, you're gonna laugh. Even if it's a bad joke. Comedy is about timing, and if you ain't got the timing, it ain't funny. As simple as that.
And when you're in a comedy, I don't know about you two, but when I'm in a comedy club, I'm open to laughter. So I'm just waiting for the joke. You're more likely to laugh, even if it's not that great. You're still gonna probably like laugh a little bit.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's why, going back again, just before we end with Dave Chappelle, when you watch his early stuff, Killing Them Softly, and like
Dave
comparing
that period, like
that period, Dave Chappelle, oh my god, man, like it's so just like there was nothing was off limits. It was just perfect. But even back then, he used to get shit from people from the black community because they used to say that his jokes were like, they were disparaging against black people. And it's like it's just a reflection, isn't it? You're turning the mirror against what's happening right now. Like he's not saying all black people are bad. He's just showing like certain things, like the crackhead thing that he does with on the show. It's like he grew up in DC when there was like loads of crackheads. Like so it's just one of them ones. But but now Dave Chappelle,
he's just turned into his most recent stuff is
turned into a black boomer, mate.
It's too much of a commentary on the way he sees society rather than like
just black boomer shit,
funny
man.
stuff.
Black millionaire boomer shit. It's like, oh man.
Just to end this, I have to say, like, been watching a lot of Harry Enfield clips recently, and that show was. I don't know if you could get away with some of that shit now.
God, yeah.
Most probably couldn't, but some of that shit was it's so funny, man.
There have been some,
but some of it is very on the ball. I don't know if you get away with it now. I think you most probably wouldn't. But oh my god, yeah.
I never used to get it because obviously I was a little bit younger, so I never used to. But when someone would, check this Harry Enfield clip, like I think one of my favorite Harry Enfield clips is the Ulsterman one where he plays. That one is fucking hilarious, and he plays like the Ulsterman
and Jürgen the German as well.
Oh mate, doesn't Jürgen the German look like fucking Jürgen Klopp?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah.
That's a good way to end it.
Oh mate, quality.
Yeah.
Everyone but us. Fresh for 2024.
Alright man, well yeah.
So yeah, and just before we go, just wanted to obviously this podcast started talking about hardcore music and bands and that, so we just wanted to give like a little shout out to some of the bands who have been putting out music, putting out videos, and just like doing their thing at the moment. So in no particular order, just want to give a shout out to Split Knuckle, Slope, Shooting Daggers, and Clobber, who will be on tour soon with Space, False Reality, King Street, who dropped a video not too long ago, Desolated as well, Low Life, Sub-Zero playing a show on April the 6th, King Street and 9 Bar are on that particular bill. Also from Brighton, BN1 Heavy Hitters, No Relief, Stiff Meds, The Chisel, the boys that we saw in St Albans not too long ago, they were actually really great. And The Mighty First, a new band that hasn't played yet, but they are Ray's band. And to shout out Ray as well, he's also recently joined the Cockney Rejects.
Yeah, and he's in Last Resort as well.
He's in about 9 bands now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
So it's time to wrap this up now, but if you've got any questions that you want to ask us, contact us on Instagram or Facebook. Anybody that you want us to interview, again, do the same. But for this week, thank you to my co-host Lewis and Waymar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Everyone But Us. Back for 2024. Goodbye. See you soon.
Peace.
Later.
Nina says goodbye.
Everyone but us. Straight from the heart of